Hello, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 25th of March, 2023. We got to do another podcast. I guess Mr. Perry didn't understand what we said in the last one, or what I said. It's Cynthia Ortiz. It is, I'll do the disclaimer, use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but-for legal standard, the proximate cause legal standard, the equal protection, due process, due care, due diligence. You must apply the laws, the protections equally. Everybody, Consueler. Listen, since the McNamara email, you got to understand this, everybody. I've repeated this and said it over and over, and it's just not clicking for y'all. Since we got the McNamara email, and every day since then, we are quoting Mr. Perry in his meetings where he's planning to do some criminal act to me. Every day, all day long. We have a pile of it. They want to get all of you at the same time. Nobody gets a deal, no appeals. No reason for that. Everybody's sick of this. And I don't think any other victim has as much as I have. We have your names. We've got Lucius. Who the fuck is Lucius to you, Charles? Who is Bald Fat Calvin to you? Who's Geppetto to you? Who's Monique to you? Who's Dickie to you? Who's Richard to you? Who's Lawrence and Andrew to you? Who are James and Reuben to you? Who's Beverly and Kate to you? Who's Desiree and Blankenship, sir, to you? Who's the Muffin Man? That's a nickname. Who is that to you? Why don't you explain all that? What are you doing with your time all day? See, we all have a schedule where we do normal work, normal school, normal family stuff, normal friend stuff. We have to drop everything we're doing and deal with you sitting around perverting all day on your fat, lazy ass, making one problem after another, causing drama and difficulties and hardships and suffering, and people don't like it. They don't like feeling threatened. They don't like feeling afraid. They don't like feeling disturbed. They don't feel it like watching you make everybody, go through hell. They don't like you. We don't have problems getting information. We get it like that. And nobody will tell you how, who, what, when, and where we get it. Because everybody's sick of you. Everybody would like very much for you to stop. And if you won't do it by yourself, they will do it for you. It is illegal to deprive someone of food and shelter and privacy. To try to coerce a lie. I said no. I'm not interested in you. You're a turnoff. You're fat. You're lazy. You're pervert. You're twisted. You're sick. You're cruel. And people don't like that. So we can get information and you cannot. Because you're weird, because you're sick, because you're twisted, because you're creepy, because you're cruel, we can get information. Because you're sick, because you're twisted, because you're creepy, because you're cruel, and you're fat and lazy, you can't get information. I don't know how many different ways I can say the same fucking thing. So I did a podcast last night going over Gene Mitchell's lie that caused Mike Neely to be deprived of his liberty. He didn't get due process. He didn't get shit. He got fucked over. We're not happy about that. He's a cop. I don't know how any cop can live with it. I can't. I'm trying to make sure the guy gets home. Guess what I said to Mr. Perry? I found out Gene Mitchell was gonna lie before he lied. I found out Michael Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. We got a McNamara email. We got one every day, all day long. You don't have that. I have a Fabian puzzle. You don't have one. You don't have fuck. You call around trying to get me fired. My guy knows that. Is he calling you back? No. You don't understand a fucking thing people say. Everybody's got to repeat themselves for you. You're caught on the trafficking. You're caught on the coercion. You're caught on targeting me for a pullover 1,000 bazillion times. We know you want my driver's license. That's what sex traffickers do. We know you want my computer. That's what sex traffickers do. tear down somebody's life, a woman's life, till there's easier to traffic. There's nothing left. And that's a criminal act and it's a life sentence. And you're caught. You are fucking caught. So I get up this morning and the first thing, I pick up my phone and what does Mr. Perry do? We're going to have a raid on the club. Go to work. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, let me clarify for Wagner Sheriff's Department and Mays County Sheriff's Department. The girls aren't doing anything wrong. They're being used. These men have destroyed my life, trying to force me against my will to do what they want, to break the law for them, and to be trafficked. And I've said no, and they're trying to ruin me. So do you think a 20-year-old little girl is going to fight them? The girls aren't the problem. They're entitled to due process and the protections of the state where they live, same as I am, same as you are. The misogyny and the gender discrimination is making people vomit. So when you guys ask, how does she know? How'd she find out about that? That's how. You are pissing people off. You're fucking pissing people off. The girls are entitled to the protections of the state of Oklahoma. They're being trafficked. They're being coerced. They're being threatened. And they're being harassed. And the whole thing over the weekend that we found out is that Mr. Perry wanted the place full. He kept pushing, go to work, go to work. Why is it you coax people to a certain place where you're going to do some sort of criminal act that's going to cause a catastrophic injury, and you think we're not onto that? It's called Hansel and Gretel. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. We need Cynthia back in Texas where we can do more to hurt her and smear her and get our lie. You had the plan over the weekend. We found out because everybody hates y'all for what you're putting everybody else through. There's no due process here at all. Guess what? We're entitled to it. It's the law. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you fucking think you are? They want me on stage. They want the building full of people. They're going to have the cops run in, arrest me, so little, what's her name, sees it to intimidate her. And make sure all leaks are shut up. Humiliate Cynthia in front of everybody. I get my smear campaign. I set her down. Now she's under duress. She's incarcerated illegally again. I make her sign my lie, my letter of apology, my affidavit that I wrote. I'm quoting Charles Perry. And when I speak in the third person, I'm quoting somebody else, by the way. And then you can go to Houston, plead guilty. We'll make a big thing of it on the news, so I look good, like I'm vindicated or something. And you're the bad guy, because we keep telling everybody you're just crazy. You're just making crap up. No, you're crazy. You're diagnosed Huntington's disease crazy. You're the one breaking the law. You're the one pissing everybody off. You're the one getting told on. You're the one asking who told on you. You're the one calling all the police departments all over the place and the feds. What, are you getting FBI George involved and FBI Keith? Try to find out who this is. Is it the military? Is it NYPD? Is it LAPD? Who is it? Right? Now is it OKC police? Is it Broken Arrow police? Is it Sapulpa police? You thought Ruben and James were leaks. Are they cops out in Sapulpa? There was, you thought Ruben, because I guess Ruben's Catholic, was using the Catholic Church. How long ago was McNamara email? Wasn't it 8 years ago? I mean, nobody wants you to know that. Or you'd have had it by now. 8 years of it. Nobody will tell you shit. Looking for the guys helping me. We want her fired. And so we get We get the other guy. We got a Texas senator in Oklahoma committing one crime after another all fucking day long, bothering everybody with his weirdo problem, making everybody feel raped. It's a sex crime. He's making everybody feel fucking raped. And if he's offending everybody. Nobody invited you here. He types in my phone, I'm here, call me. Whoa. Okay, but that's the problem. You're not wanted here. I said, get the fuck out of my life. It doesn't matter where I live. I don't want you in it. I moved twice to not have you in my life and not have you here, wherever it is I am. And that doesn't make me happy. It makes me want to vomit. You sick fuck. So, the girls in the club and the club aren't the problem. You know what's the problem? David Robertson, Charles Perry, Lucius Calvin, maybe Joe. The sex traffickers, they're the problem. These are young girls being told they don't have a choice. Here's what you're going to do. In fact, just to make sure you know that, we'll use Cynthia as the example. We're going to humiliate the hell out of her. Traffic her to Houston, and then she'll be dead in a week. We'll make it look like she killed herself. She feels so bad that she lied. Oh, she killed herself. Okay, but you're caught. We all know. You were recorded talking about it. You don't know which police have that recording. You don't know which judge has heard it already, so that they can get probable cause for the next investigatory order. Whether that be wiretap or whatever, it's a need to know. You don't get to know that. I'm not allowed to compromise that. I don't want to compromise that. We all want for you to stop. That's why we can get information and you cannot. And I'm having to say the same thing for you over and over and over. It's ridiculous. Everyone else got it the first time. Why can't you? Everyone else is busy. You know, it's Saturday. People have yard work to do. People have, football games to go to or whatever people do. Soccer, I guess it's now, basketball. Why don't you? Why don't you have a schedule with activities? Put your fucking doll down, princess. Take your skirt off. Grow a pair of balls. And go do something manly. And then maybe you can get women to like you. You won't have to force yourself on them. It's very irritating to have to deal with this. And I don't want to. I would like for you to stop contacting me. And nobody will tell you anything. They won't tell anybody anything. They won't tell FBI George, and they're not going to tell FBI Keith, because those two are helping you. We've known that for years. They're not helping me. You're not in jail. So people are questioning, why is he doing all this shit to her and getting away with it? And they're trying to put her in jail. The girls aren't the problem. Sheriff Reed and Sheriff Walton, the traffickers are. Ask OKC how they deal with this shit. Because y'all clearly don't know how. You don't attack the victim. You get the perpetrator. You get the offender. Because if you don't, they're going to re-offend and do, kill cops and shit. We have a dead Lucky and an almost dead framed Mike. And we got a bunch of fraud in court. Mr. Perry, the judge that signs off on investigatory orders to get information from you to everybody in the need to know, he is not Judge Parker. He's not weak. And it's sealed. You're not going to find shit. Nobody calls you back, do they? They're not wasting their time talking to somebody who can't understand them. They say it one time. He said it twice for you. You're going to give back what you took and you're going to get the fuck out of her life. Or we're going to make things worse for you. We'll get more and pile it up. And then we'll see you in court. No deal. If you give it back and get out, we'll ask the judge for mercy. It's still up to him. It's still up to the judge. Right? Okay. So, this isn't Judge Parker's court, sir. You're not going to get away with the crap you get away with in her court. This isn't Judge Egan's court. You're not going to get away with the crap in his court that you are getting away with in hers. He's not putting up with it. It's not Judge Cummings. He's not going to go duck hunting with you and lie for you. It's not traffic court, guys court. Let's deny due process and try to push you right now to just go ahead and plead guilty and let's resolve this. No, Judge, that's not why I came in here. I came in here to ask for discovery. I'm entitled to due process. You're violating it right now. I wasn't to be pulled over because that pullover was prearranged and planned and executed, and it's illegal. I came in here to get discovery. I need to prove that. And you're pushing me to plead guilty and make, we do mercy in these cases. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. I came in here to get discovery. Quit pushing me. Quit fucking pushing me. Because you're depriving me of my right to due process. The girls in the strip club aren't doing anything wrong. They're young girls. They're 20. David is what, 60? He's a little old fart with no life. Picking on little girls who don't know how to say no, who don't know their rights, and they don't know their options. And no cops are sitting there helping them, are they? We are. We are. So yeah, if they're getting tipped $1,000 to $5,000 a night, every fucking night, and it's the same three, and they don't have anything to show for that kind of money, and I'm not seeing signs of people who are on drugs. They might do drugs occasionally. These girls are not on drugs. Where's that money going? Oh, David has it. They're being trafficked. They're being used to conduct his business. They don't know that they have a choice not to. So why are you going to do a raid? Mr. Perry said he wants a raid. Y'all have talked about raiding that club for a lot. Because Mr. Perry wants the raid. Mr. Perry wants to harass people and intimidate. And coerce. But there's nobody in there doing anything wrong. That they're not being made to feel like they're having to do something wrong. Mr. Perry, nobody asked you what you think. Why are you still trying to talk to me? You were not asked what you think. We're all tired of hearing what you think. Remember, it is you that has the leaks because of that. I don't have them. We don't have them. Everybody's wondering, why is Mr. Perry not in jail in Oklahoma? Who is he paying off in Oklahoma? That she's going through hell. Deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce with intent to coerce. You're interfering with my work everywhere I go. By threatening raids and threatening false arrests and threatening to take my car and threatening to damage my car and threatening to take my computer and my driver's license. And causing, go in there, don't let her, she wants to waitress, don't let her waitress. We don't want her making money. So you and the chick that helps you out will go to get charged for that. Interference with commerce with intent to coerce, both of you. Interference with contracts with intent to coerce. You don't get to call my car guy and get a key. And tell him, we're watching her illegally, invading her privacy. She's about to need a shower, Brandon. So she'll be up to the Flying J. You manage the Flying J. Call us when she gets there. And then I didn't go that day. I went the next day. But I documented that she made that phone call. Who has the actual recording of the phone call? What court are y'all going to have to sit in and listen to yourself say that? We can get that kind of information because everybody's sick of this. Everybody's sick of it. All of it's about coercing a lie. And I said no. And everybody's sick of watching you beat down women and kids and blow people's lives up who've done nothing to you at all. So that you can traffic women. Sell people. Women are just commodities. You don't give a fuck about us. David, if you cared about that girl, you wouldn't traffic her. You wouldn't use her for your illegal business. She has the right to due process. She's not doing a fucking thing wrong. How dare you threaten a raid? How dare you threaten a raid? Call in a raid. Call in a pullover. What's her insurance? Does she have insurance? Should we pull her over again? All morning long I heard it. All morning long I heard it. And that's why we get that information, because everybody's sick of it. The misogyny, the gender discrimination. The men can get away with murder of a cop. The women take their shoes off in a lap dance. Well, we're going to put them in jail. We're just going to all put them in jail. They're getting they're helping with with a drug trafficking and illegal business and organized crime. They're kids. They've been told they don't have a choice. And they're not me. And I've gone through hell. They're watching me go through hell. What do you think they're young. I'm 53. What do you think they're thinking? They're being intimidated. They're being threatened. They're being coerced. We're going to do to you what we did to her. So you're going to do it or else. And you know better than to treat people that way. You have to answer for what you've done in a different court. It isn't Judge Egan's court. It isn't traffic court guy's court. It is not Judge Parker's court. It is not Judge Morrissey's court, and it is sure shit not Judge Cummings' court. And I said to you years ago, not this time. Didn't I? Put your fucking doll down, bitch. Take your skirt off. You got lace on those panties you wear? Stop acting like a little kid, little girl, watching TV, pretending you're, like little kids watch Frozen and they got their little doll. That's you. And that's the best you will ever do. You got money and power, go get a fucking date. You want a date? Go get one. I don't like you. There's nothing to like. I don't go out with a man that invades my privacy. I don't go out with a man that can't understand what boundaries are and respect them. I don't go out with a man who can't understand what the fuck you just said and respond like he understood. I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. Mr. Perry, I fucked a lot of guys. They didn't do what you do. You're rejected. I mean, you're fucking rejected. You can't think past tying your shoe. Why aren't you embarrassed by the things you do? The nasty, vulgar, obscene things you do. Why aren't you embarrassed? Everybody else is. Why aren't you? Everybody else got that you're caught the first time you got caught. Why must we repeat everything for you? Everybody's sick of this, y'all. Sick and tired of it. You've dragged it on and on and on. Every time you fuck with me, you get caught. Every time you try to do something to hurt me, you get caught before, not after. Charles, put the doll down and go work. Act like a dude. Act like a man. Go be normal. He's typing in my phone last night. Just let us do it. Just let it be. Just let us do it. Oh my God. Who the fuck says that? What a sick, twisted bitch you are. When you're in jail, I'm gonna come see all of you. And I'm gonna go, all that shit you did to me that you thought was so cute, is it cute now? Is it cute now? This judge is not Judge Egan, not Judge Cummings, not going hunting with you. You don't get a deal. They're going straight to trial. They want you all at the same time. That's part of why it's taking so long. There's a lot of victims and a lot of you. And everybody's sick and tired of this. David, the girls aren't the problem. Sheriff Walton and Sheriff Reed. Call OKC and ask those guys how to do sex trafficking crimes. Because you got it right there. It's not their fault. They've done nothing wrong. They're 20. They're kids. What if it was your daughter? A lot of these girls are raised by meth heads who can't take care of them. And they end up in the system. And then some foster parent tries to get with them. Who's picking foster parents? Tries to have sex with them, or tries to beats them, or whatever they do, and they run away, and then they end up in the trafficking world, right? Perry and these guys from Texas have I guess, found some men who don't want to deal with the teenage runaways. And so what he does, and he's done it for years, our witness said it. We've got a witness. What court is that going to be? Is that guy going to testify in? Huh? You don't know, do you? You don't fucking know. Perry trolls women. He'll tell people, I'm on the road for business. And he's trolling women. He's finding divorced women with kids when they're not home. He puts a camera in their house. And then he starts broadcasting us, and I'm a victim, all over the dark web and sells watch time using our body against our will. And we're not getting paid. In fact, he's using our body. This is what they do. Same thing with the strip club. They use your body. They use your property. They use your utilities. They use your internet connection. And they broadcast you all over the dark web. And they make raking it in. Same thing with the strip club. Raking it in. Using the strip club owner's property, utilities, his stage, to make a profit. These guys are freeloaders. Welfare. They were all raised on welfare. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Right? I'm entitled to take. I'm entitled to commit a crime and get away with it. And we said, not this time. I said that for years, didn't I? I said, not this time, watch this. And then we quote you every fucking day. And then y'all run around. How did she find out? How did she know? Who told on me? And you act like you have no idea what it means that you're getting told on. That we do know. That we always get it before, not after. It's not an afterthought. I'm not arrested and sitting in jail, and now I'm trying to explain it away. I'm telling you before that planned it. I got pulled over. I'm not going to go into the courtroom and tell the judge, I'm going to make this story up to explain away what happened and try to get out of trouble. I said it before. Here's what they're going to do. Because you guys were recorded talking about it. There's an integrity to that investigation. I can't compromise. I'm not going to. I don't even want to. We all want y'all gone. Gone, all of you. And then we can have a nice, peaceful, happy life. Normal. Privacy. We're entitled to privacy in our own house. You're not entitled to use our bodies to make a profit or get entertained, Mr. Perry, or pretend you have a love life. You and your dolly. You disgust me. You're so weirdo. I mean, you're so fucking weirdo. Why aren't you embarrassed? Everybody else is. Everybody else is embarrassed. You sick, twisted fuck. So, I mean, there's the witness statement. And then, while these men are watching us in the privacy of our home, most women don't even know. I'm a part of an investigatory team, I know. Why do you think I'm quoting you fucking every day? Calvin, bald, fat Calvin, everybody hates you. Because you make problems for other people. And nobody's picking on you. You're picking on people that don't even know you. Those girls didn't do shit. There doesn't need to be a raid on that club. So, go after David. Go after the bad guy. And quit being misogynist, gender discriminatory pigs. Equal protection. We get it. We have the right to equal protection. I'm going to assert it for me, and anybody wants to join me, assert it too. If you're a girl, if you are a victim of crime, and nobody's helping you, because they're getting paid off by these men. Not our guys. Our guys don't. They have talked to you face to face more than once. You didn't know that's who you were talking to, but it's sure shit. If they wanted your money, they would have said something. They want for you to be gone. Some people have morals still, integrity, ethics. Okay? They don't like to watch people suffer. Why do you? Why do you? What kind of monster wants to watch people suffer or cause it? You gotta be demented, completely demented and depraved. There's a charge in Oklahoma, depraved indifference to human life. If you can watch someone hurt like that and just do nothing, you fucking depraved. Something's wrong with you. Something's bad wrong with you. So not for this guy, he's helping us. And so they're watching women on the dark web and they get us fired. They're watching for vulnerabilities. They'll get us fired. They'll make sure we can't find a job anywhere else. When we go apply for work, they spoof an account. So we're not actually applying for a job at Target or Walgreens or wherever it is. We're filling out a form on a spoofed web account. That happened with the unemployment. I was trying to get unemployment and I could never get it. Well, Mr. Perry spoofs account. Didn't fill out shit, I guess. I filled out his form on his spoofed website. They hack you. They're up your ass. And Mr. Perry has forged my name to a marriage license and a power of attorney. Went and got up a whole bunch of my private information illegally. My banking information. They're in my phone. They watch my banking. You don't need to pull me over to see if I have insurance. You know I do. And you know who it's through because you hacked me. You sit there and watch the emails. So quit telling everybody we need her pulled over. We need to see what insurance she has. Does she have insurance now? Is she have insurance? Is she insured? What car is she driving? It's none of your business. And besides that, you hacked me. You already know. Don't you, Calvin? Yeah. Calvin and these guys have a meeting every day. How much money does she have in her bank account? How much cash does she have? Is she going to go to work? What's she going to do next? You know who you need to worry about? The person that told me you said that. The guys that told me you said that. The guys this witness is working with. So these guys are watching us on the dark web and we're getting sold right there. They get you fired, tear your life down to nothing. So you're easier to traffic. You feel like you don't have any choice but to go to Houston and be sold to the realtor and suck everybody's dick and be their bitch and be trafficked and slaved. You're slaved up. When I got home from jail, what did I tell you? The first false arrest you did. Not this time. Watch this. And since that time, we have all this. Gotta get my driver's license. You talk about it once a week. Gotta get to our computer. You talk about it once a week. Don't you? We gotta coax her back to Texas. Maybe we can get Fabian to go up there. And Fabian said, no, I told you he will not help you, didn't I? And he didn't. He already knows that I already know you want to use him to hurt me, and he doesn't want to do that. He's the one person on the planet that can say, I've not been used to hurt her. No one else can say that. Not even my family. Not even my family. That you took to dinner. Right? I'm not mad at my family. I'm mad at you. I told you to stay the fuck away from my family, didn't I? I've stayed away from my family because I don't want you to stick the EPA on them or the IRS. We heard you talking about doing that. And we heard the EPA guy say, you want me to check out a body shop? Yeah. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to go to any body shop anywhere and not find at least one violation. I don't know if you did or not. All I know is we heard you talking about it. And then I said something. And then I've tried to stay away from my family so you don't threaten them. You told them all the horrible stuff you're going to do. And then you're mad. You think maybe they're leaking. And no other victim has all this information, do they? We assert, all of us, all of your stalking and your sex trafficking victims and all, we assert the right to equal protection. Maybe we ought to all move to OKC, where they fucking know how to deal with that shit. You see them on the news all the time, busting sex traffickers. What happened? You don't see it at Tulsa. You don't see Wagner. You don't see Mays. Why not? Wagner did a good meth bust. Okay, well, what about sex trafficking? What about the crimes against people? People who hurt. People who are tired of hurting. These guys killed a cop. Don't you care about that? Don't you care about that? I do. I've lost my butt trying to help that guy because they want me to lie. They want me to lie, and they want to tamper with me, and they want me to change my testimony that I've already made in court. They want me to undo everything I've said over and over and over and over for 9 years. And I said no. I don't want to hear from you, Charles. Everybody's sick of you talking. So that was the response I got to the last thing when I said, when you contact me, we get more. When you cause a problem for me, we get more. We find out more about your crime. When you cause a problem for me, we find out more about your crime. Because you're pissing people off with a whole lot of power. I matter, you do not matter. That's why we can get information and you can't. You have leaks, we do not. My guy won't call you back. You're wasting his time. His time is better spent on an intel op, right? Getting all this. Getting this stuff right here. He does not have time to talk to a man who's legit diagnosed mentally ill and mentally retarded and won't understand what he says. Because he's already said, give it back and get the fuck out. Leave her alone. Don't contact her again. Don't contact her family. Don't bother anybody else again. Or we're going to be on you like ugly on an ape, and I promise you we will make your life hell. That's what we do. We're cops. You're a criminal. That's what we do. Leave her alone, and then there won't be anything else to find out, will there? So this morning, you're talking about my insurance. You're talking about pulling me over. What hurt you? When Perry's typing in my phone, we're going to do a raid. For what reason are you going to do a raid? The girls aren't doing anything wrong. You are. So we assert equal protection. We have the right to equal protection in the application of violence against women, anti-stalking, trafficking, voyeurism, hacking, harassment, witness tampering laws. You don't get to do that. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513. Where is FBI George and FBI Keith for us? So we don't trust them. They're not going to get answers either. Nobody trusts them. They've had 9 years to do something, and they have done nothing. Keith was just... Somebody talked to Keith. Somebody in law enforcement. I'm not going to say who. It's none of your business. Somebody talked to FBI Keith about the fraud Lynn and Kathy did to get my child support money. He said, yes, this is blatant fraud. But for us to do it, it has to be $100,000. So when it reaches that point, let me know. I then go to Matt's office. Same thing should apply, but they don't need the $100,000, right? And he didn't do shit. So, fine, whatever. Fine, whatever. There's certain things you gotta... Okay, well, I'll give it to God. God will deal with it. And God has a way of dealing with it in a way that, you know... He always rights our wrongs, one way or the other. It might be on the other side. I don't even care. I know that that's what you do, though. You cause women to get fired. They lose the house. Then you have the ex take the kids away. This was just that. You just used my parents, not my ex. Didn't you? I had quite a lot of money coming for child support. Some of it was back owed child support. First, they tried to get me to up it. First, they have my kid call me and say, my dad's worth millions. I said, what makes you think that? Well, there's an article on the internet. It says he's worth millions. I said, okay, first of all, he's not. I don't know what the hell you think you saw. Second of all, your dad and I are good. We're not going to go back to court. No, you need to take him back to court. You could get more money from him for child support. My son is telling me this. I said, Tristan, I said, your dad and I are good. We're not going to go back to court. We're fine. And y'all need to butt out of that. If your granddad and Mr. Perry put you up to that, butt the hell out of it. It's not your business. Brandon and I are fine. We're good. We agreed on an amount. We're good with it. Well, I think you're getting screwed over. Okay, whatever. So I still actually have the email to Kathy telling her I Googled to see what the fuck it is you think you saw, and there's an article about a club that he was running, Seamless. It was his idea to change the club into a rave. You take all the chairs off the floor and you put a DJ booth on the stage and you got a rave. So it changes from a strip club to a dance club. And at like 2, 3 in the morning. And then, like when the bars close, or 2 o'clock, whatever it is. And it said the strip club's worth millions, not him. He's not worth, I mean, you guys are something. So I actually still have the email that I'm telling her, you misread the article. He's not worth millions. So they did that first, trying to get me to go through the trouble to take Brandon back to court to get more child support, knowing they were gonna a few months later file for custody, get it, and they would get the child support. And they lied about Tristan being in danger. Tristan wasn't in danger. Tristan was supposed to go to Teen Challenge. That's what Tristan was supposed to do, and get his ass straightened out and come back home. So, you were behind that too, and we know you were. We know you were. This is what you do. You do it to all your victims. And you hurt people in a way they'll never get over. You ruin families. You blow families up. You ruin lives. And so you got people talking about it. People rant when they're mad. Everybody wants it stopped. So you want to raid the club to catch what? What is it you think you're going to catch? And the threat's been duly noted for the record. Because the crime isn't what the girls are doing. The girls are victims. The crime is what you're doing. So who are you going to raid? Richard, is it you? Who are you going to raid, Richard? Apply the law equally. Because it is our right for you to do so. You don't have the right to violate our rights. We can sue the fuck out of you if you knowingly violate our constitutional rights. We have the constitutional right to equal protection against sex traffickers, against very, very wicked men who've done some very, very wicked things, and they want to cover it up, including, but not limited to, first-degree murder of a police officer, Chief Miller, an attempted murder of another one, and suborning perjury in his trial. And I can prove it, and they know that. And you know that. And you don't get qualified immunity if you violate knowing a constitutional right or law that exists at the time, and you know it exists or should know. Qualified immunity is gone for you at this point. So you don't get to raid the club and make all those girls scared and intimidated. They're not committing the crime. Not by themselves, not without coercion. And you know that. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Police are called to relieve suffering caused by crime, not cause it. Not be corrupt and act in collusion with and all that shit. Our judge isn't Judge Egan or Judge Parker or Judge Cummings or traffic court guy. Okay? Our judge is getting it done right. Our judge is very concerned about me and those girls. Why aren't you? Mr. Perry, I don't care what you think. We're all sick of hearing what you think. Didn't ask you, did I? And the more you violate me and make everybody else feel violated too, the more we get, the more about your crime we find out. That's how we got all this. Nobody else has this. Right, Lucius? Anybody else have your name, Lucius? I've never met you that I know of. What about you, bald fat Calvin? Mr. Perry, put your fucking dolly down. Quit acting like a little princess girl. Take your skirt off. Grow a pair of balls and go work. Go work. Go be with your family. Shut the fuck up and get out of my life. My guy won't call you back because you act like you don't understand what people say. Yeah, he'll, Perry's typing in my phone. I'm going to get you fired. And then we hear this guy. We got a state senator from Texas that's being investigated. And there's a woman in Tulsa that says victim that's helping apparently. And they're finding out a shit ton of stuff, what he's up to. And he's trying to find her boss, go over her head and get her fired. And nobody will call him back. Nobody will call you back. People fucking hate you. You are a disgust. He said, you're not to invade her privacy anymore. You're not to contact her ever again. Not her, not her family, no one. And she's not to be broke ever again. She's not to have to ask for money. And if you don't do that, watch this. You're going to go in front of a judge. Doesn't give a fuck who you think you are. And your pathetic little mommy berated me or humiliated me bullshit. Doesn't give two fucks. In fact, one thing he said, why are they having the same conversations over and over and over? They're caught. Do they not know that? Are they not understanding that they're caught? Do they not understand what people say? Do they not understand we've already heard them talking about the same crime over and over and over and over? I mean, from now on, if they talk about it again and you need an order and it's about the same thing, just bring me the order. I'll sign it. I don't need to sit here and listen to the same conversation 100 times. Right, ringtone Richard? That one really got him. He got pissed. Why are they still talking about getting her ringtone? They're caught. Do they not know that? Do they not understand that they're caught? They don't need her ringtone. They need to enforce the law. They need to protect her. She has the right to equal protection. Violence Against Women Act. All the domestic violence laws. You don't get to peep. You don't get to hack. You don't get to clone my phone. By the way, if you got a search warrant for my phone, you're not going to find shit on it. It's on his phone. He cloned it. It's going to be on his phone. You don't think our guys already have all that? He gets in my phone, they get in his. They hot mic his phone. David's too. Didn't I already say that? Do you not understand what people say to you? Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to hear from you. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. Every day for a decade. What day is he going to finally arrest you? You don't need to worry about what I'm doing. You need to worry about what he's going to do. The guy that won't call you back. Yeah, he's not going to waste his time talking to somebody who can't fucking understand him because he made it clear. Give it back and get the fuck out of her life. And every time you contact her and every time you cause a problem from her, you're pissing people off and we can find out what you're up to. I'm going to do a raid. And raid what? Find out what? What is it you think is happening in there? You got a whole bunch of victims. Protect us. Protect us. Apply the law equally. I assert all constitutional rights, and that's the main one, but that's not all. And those rights, we just have them. I don't have to assert shit. I just have them. And if you're going to violate those rights knowingly, you don't get qualified immunity. And we're going to sue the shit out of you. All right? Perry, you're going to jail. Our judge he's not Egan and not Parker. He's not weak. He's not pathetic. He's not going to go hunting with you. It's different. Not this time, I said. Not this time. I wasn't joking. Look at the evidence that it's not this time. You don't need my driver's license, Lucius, or my computer. Put the fucking doll down, take your dress off, and go be a man. Act like a dude. Be a man. And fuck off. Okay, we got all this because you didn't listen. You didn't get it. Be a man. Everybody's sick of you. No one asks what you think. We're sick of it. Get out of my life and don't contact me again. And if we quote you, it's because you did it anyway. And we're tired of it. How many different ways I got to say that? We're all sick of you. Leave everybody alone. Go work. Leave everybody the fuck alone.